there, I'm the 996, and today's video is about how being a beta reader can help improve your writing. First of all, let me explain what a beta reader is. Beta reader is someone who reads often a manuscript for a writer before they're published and gives feedback on it. I mean, it might also be a beta reader for anthology, could be for a novel, could be a memoir, it could be collection short stories in an anthology. Could be a short story. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that it would be a novel or a memoir. So you're going to give feedback. What I mean by that is you're going to give feedback on the story. So if it's a novel or memoir, even if it's a memoir, it's usually there's a story going on, a plot. If you have a plot, excuse me, don't worry, I just have allergies. That's why I'm coughing. So, if you have a plot, maybe it has to do with seeing if it's strong enough that engaged you throughout the entire story. Maybe you have asking me questions to yourself so that you can comment on the relationship between various different characters. Whatever you do, make sure you ask the author what you want to look for. Some authors will already know and might give you a pre-designed set of questions to answer about the story. Others they might not be experienced themselves of being a beta reader, so they might not think about that. You need to ask them, hey, what do you want me to look for? Am I looking for spelling? Do you care if there's not a period somewhere, or if a sentence could be worded better, or do you want to just focus on grammar, or do you want to focus on the plot, the character relationships, or something else like that? And this could be for published, not published, but for books that are going to be traditionally published and self-published. Because no matter what, as a writer, you are too close to your work, no matter how much studying you've done, whether it's been studying with on a university level, studying, going to workshops, reading writers' novels, reading, let me say writer, what do you mean, not writers' novels, Writer's Digest, magazines, whether it's been reading writer books or just reading books analytically. Whatever it is that you do to improve your craft, you will always be too close to your story to know this certain things. And just kind of think about it. It's like that school paper where you've gone over it so many times and you missed that there was supposed to be a comma at a certain place. And maybe someone else read it over for you and you automatically paused there because you meant to have a comma there, but it wasn't. Even though I'm not talking about just punctuation, it's sort of an example trying to get you to understand how you can be too close to your work. Anyway, knowing that, being a beta reader will help you. And before you embark on it, make sure you have enough time. You need to plan about how long this will take you. Does the person that you are betaing for have a deadline? Maybe that person needs that back in a month. Can you realistically read that story in a month? I would like to ask, before I beta read, how many pages is the story? For instance, if you work full time and you're working on your own story, it might be difficult to read a book that someone else's book as critically as you should to help them working your own story. Do you need to take some time off from your own story, take a breather from that in order to help them? Is that something you want to do? It's also a big difference, even if you're working And let's say even if you're not working, a lot of people are during this time, unfortunately, can you, this is a book that you will genuinely enjoy. I have a rule for myself. Don't beta read a book unless the premise sounds interesting. Because that way I should hopefully have some kind of genuine interest in it. For instance, I like suspense novels and the book's suspense novel, then I think, okay, maybe that's a good book to beta read. If we love sci-fi fantasy and they have a sci-fi fantasy novel, then then also make sure that the premise is something that appeals to you. Now, let's get into the actual reasons why beta reading helps you as a writer. One, it helps you realize you're not alone in messing up. As I said before, you are too close to your writing to realize everything that's wrong. And you will beta read for someone, I guarantee you will find things that are wrong. Whether it be with plot, characters, all kinds of things. You will find things that are wrong. Two, it helps you be a better writer. I know this whole thing is about how it helps you be a better writer, but I mean, being able to critically point out various different aspects of a story, what's going on, helps you think more critically about your own story. Number three, you know what? It can also help you figure out what's going right with your story. Like if you help someone point out what's good for them, what you like. I really love this twist that you had in the story. I really love the way these characters had their interactions with each other. I really love the fact that this character is more than meets the eye. That can help you think of what that person did right and think about what you would want to do right. I mean, I'm not anyway saying copy what the person's doing exactly, but different things. Like maybe these characters are very different. Maybe two characters really different, but they still get along really well, and then it's believable. Maybe I can help you think, well, hey, well, if I wanted to have a story where two characters, excuse me, are very different and get along, I could find a way to do that for myself, or just being able to recognize that. And also, it helps you find beta readers. Now, if you're going to need beta readers some point in time. So when you need beta readers, I suggest that if you beta read for someone else, you can ask them if they will beta read for you because you're returning, and they'd be returning the favor. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually going to be able to do that at that time. People might be beta reading for someone else, they might be engrossed in their own story, they might have other things going on in their life or too many time constraints. But normally, if you beta read for someone else and then you ask them to beta read for you, they're more likely to return the favor because you helped them out. So I'm the 996. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And also please subscribe so you can know exactly when these other videos will be showing up. Have a good day.